Hey, I saw you're hosting.
What?
I'm Alice. I'm 16. I'm looking for somewhere to stay. Is your place still available?
What the? Sorry, who is this? I don't have you saved.
I'm Alice from the couchsurfing site.
What site?
I found your details and added you. Don't you remember?
I don't, sorry.
Wow, your number's on the site, you know?
On the site? So someone's put my number online?
Looks that way. It's probably not a big deal. Anyway, do you think you could let me stay? Please?
Is this a prank or something? Do I have to block you?
No prank. I'm serious.
So you're really 16?
Of course I am. A fresh sophomore. I could send you a photo if you don't believe me. We do live in the same city, right? Even the same county isn't a problem for me.
Be serious for a second.
Huh?
You're 16, asking a stranger for a place to stay? Don't you realize how dangerous that is? You can't be too careful these days. There's a lot of creeps around.
What's this? Thanks for the lecture, Dad. Why are you saying this?
Why? Because you're not legally an adult. Do you do this often?
This is the first time, actually.
Make it the last, and I'll get my number off of that site. Deal? And be careful online, okay? It can be dangerous. You mustn't reach out to people like this.
Wait, I don't have anywhere to go. For real.
Just go home, okay?
I have no home. I know I'm asking a lot, but please help me. I have no one to turn to.
I'm really sorry. I'd like to help, but what could I even do?
Could you just hear me out for a second?
What is it?
It's my dad. A while back, he divorced my mom, and I've been living with him since. Recently, he started being abusive. He's been hurting me.
Hurting? Like physically?
It's okay, I can deal with a little. But recently it's gotten more frequent. Like, if housework isn't done, or if my grades are bad. Or if anything isn't how he wants. I'm always terrified of him. I can't handle much more. So I guess I've run away?
Have you told anyone about this?
I have, yes. I've actually discussed it with one of my teachers, but they don't seem to be doing anything. Maybe they're concerned about interfering? Anyway, I've had to get away.
I see. I'm sorry to hear about your situation. Where are you now?
Near the subway.
All right, I think I can help. Could you take a taxi? I'll send you the address for my parents' place. I'll let them know the situation shortly.
Wait, you believe me? Even though I could be messing with you?
Honestly, I think it's worth trying in case you are serious. It's probably best I don't come to meet you. This is a sensitive situation, and we need to be careful. However, my parents will welcome you if you're okay heading to them.
Really? I don't want to be a burden.
Don't worry about that. If you're truly in need of help, that is.
I am, really.
Then we'll help you get everything you need. Would you let me deal with your dad? I just want to talk for now.
You can try. Sorry, I mean, yes, please, Mr. Everett. But why would you do all of this for a stranger?
Never mind that. Excuse me for sending a message out of the blue so late in the evening. Your daughter Alice gave me your contact details. I am John Everett. Hello? How do you know my daughter? She seems to have contacted me by mistake, and we've been talking as a result. Did she really? Sounds like something she'd do. She could be a handful. Sorry she bothered you. You need something from me? Actually, I would just like you to know that Alice is at my parents' place. They're keeping an eye on her at the moment. Your parents' place, huh? That's right. From what we've discussed, it seems she doesn't want to return home? I thought it best not to meet her myself, so asked my parents to do so instead. I see. Well, again, I'm sorry for all this, so I'll head over immediately. That may not be necessary, sir. Why not? Alice has confided in me about her life at home. What about it? Well, seems she doesn't have a very stable relationship with you. So I contacted you to get a better understanding of the situation. I figured if I'd spoken with you, she might consider heading home. Okay, seems there's no problem then. What do you mean? She's in high school, you know that, right? She thinks her life is difficult and confusing right now. A lot of kids that age become very emotional and start acting out. Their relationship with their parents becomes strained. It's real common. Running away isn't normal, though, is it? And she's become quite the liar. Like a pathological liar, you know? Like a compulsive liar? That's right. She lies constantly. She's put me through hell with it all. Her teachers have even questioned my parenting because of it. I don't know what she said to you, but don't buy it. You're probably not the first person she's tried to pull this on. Anyway, I guess it's best I come get her. What's the address? Adults know best, huh? Seems you've been taking advantage of that phrase recently. What? If you told her teacher what you just told me, I think they'd have no option but to believe you. Okay, what's that supposed to mean? It means that whenever Alice sought help, you would just explain the situation away, like you've just tried to do with me. Oh, I see. So you're saying you believe the lies of a minor over her father? Got it. In that case, I'll have the cops resolve this. Do you think it's a smart idea for you to get the police involved? Yeah, I think it's pretty normal to go to the police when there's been a kidnapping. This isn't kidnapping. I simply wanted to know about Alice's life at home. I have nothing to say to you. The sooner this safekeeping charade is thwarted, the better. What are you talking about? Is there a woman in your life? I'm single, if that's what you're asking. Of course you are. Found yourself a schoolgirl to groom, didn't you? You're disgusting. That's not what this is. If you don't want the law involved, you'd better let my daughter go right now. I can picture the story now. Middle-aged loner desperately preys on underage girls. I'm a widower. I'm sorry to say I lost my wife a few years ago, and I have no desire to replace her. Lies. I could see your profile, you know? You don't even look 40. How's your career going? 'Cause it'll be hard to find work when you're a known sex offender. You're finished. What is this? A sudden mood change and threatening words. This is congruous with what your daughter has told me. Let my daughter go right now. I don't need the opinions of a pervert. Stay in your own pathetic bubble. I can't bring myself to return a child to a potentially dangerous household. What the hell are you saying, man? My mother has discovered injuries on her. A lot of injuries that were concealed by clothing. It would be immoral to subject her to more of such treatment. Cool, man. Expect the police real soon. You've just admitted to stripping a 16-year-old. So I hope you like prison life, you piece of garbage. Alice will be well looked after. Well, I guess I'm gonna be when I see a return on my investment. You're not gonna interfere with that. Not that you could. Investment? Right. You think I'd have kids just for the trouble of raising them? I'm gonna marry her off to the son of someone important before long. What are you talking about? This is what kids are for. This is traditional behavior. Don't you know that royal families in Europe used to marry their children off to each other for power? That's why people have kids. They might try to deny it, but it's a fact. Be honest, what do you want from yours? I'm sorry, I don't completely get what you're saying. Moron, you must want something out of your kids. Like maybe have them care for you in your old age. Financial assistance when they're working. Like I said, they're an investment. You know what an investment is, right? I don't have kids. I can't believe that would be the only reason to have them, though. Your views on raising children are upsetting. Must be nice being free to do whatever, whenever. It's gonna bite you in the ass when you're a lonely old loser, though. Maybe you could pretend you're Alice's father for the evening. You can bring her back tomorrow. You're leaving your own daughter out all night? I have my own plans tonight. Don't need this ruining them. But remember, you're a creep who's violated a girl's rights. You have no options here. If she's not back tomorrow, I'll go to the cops. Have a great night. I told you last night, didn't I? Could have just brought Alice home to save yourself a whole lot of trouble. But no, you had to screw yourself. I'd rather the cops brought Alice home anyway. Enjoy your ride to the station. If this is how you want to do things. Feel free to file a report. However, I'd appreciate if you wait until CPS can assess the situation. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Then I'll have to hope they begin their investigation before the police interfere. Why are you trying so hard to ruin me? My apologies, sir. But I can't return a child to an abusive household. I must seek protection for Alice. What protection? Protection from what? You think you could just separate a girl from her father? Nothing can happen without my permission, idiot. Of course, in a normal situation, you'd have some say. But the injuries you've inflicted on your poor daughter raise concerns about her safety. And I'm afraid the CPS can and will have her removed from your home. Alice has already shown the desire to get away, has she not? She doesn't really want this, does she? Seems so. My father was a lawyer, and we discussed everything last night. He's helped Alice understand her options. It wasn't easy for her. She cried the whole time. But ultimately, she decided to involve the CPS, and we intend to help however we can. Liar. A lawyer, how convenient. You're just worried about the cops showing up. Because you're a pervert and a kidnapper. I'll admit the police might interfere for now. But we have faith that the CPS will help Alice before long. Finding suitable foster parents may take some time. She's even suggested I adopt her. Regardless, all that matters is that she's out of your reach. You, a known pervert, adopt Alice? You can't. I've got to take her to meet her future husband next week. I might not get the chance again. You're ruining everything. Children aren't tools. I mean, seeing as you're not the European royalty of the Middle Ages you admire so much. But even if you were, I'm sure your unfortunate disposition would be a significant obstacle in realizing your plans. Oh, and by the way, seems we have a mutual friend involved in all of this? Ugh, that's just great. Yeah, Alice told me about your work, and I happen to have worked with some of your colleagues over the years. Nice try, hotshot. I know we don't work together, dumbass. Yes, you're right, but my company has collaborated with yours many times. I even have Mr. Miller's personal phone number. What? How? This isn't fair. My boss. I feel obligated to tell him about your treatment of Alice, but I hope it doesn't affect your job. I guess it seems like you're losing out on your little European marriage fantasy. That's not the only thing you're losing, though. Looks like you'll need to find a new job, too. With that, I decided to ignore any further messages from Austin. He didn't know where I lived, so I wasn't concerned about being harassed. However, I still asked those with connections to him to be careful with my personal information. Unfortunately, Alice had to change schools, but she didn't seem to mind too much. She said she'd like to stay in touch with old friends, but she understood it may be difficult with a fresh start. She was very positive about her future. I later heard from Mr. Miller regarding her father. Seems he was let go from his job and fell quite spectacularly. He turned to alcohol, which led to his involvement in a physical altercation. He's now making a living doing day jobs. As for me, well, I actually went ahead and applied to adopt Alice. My application was successful, and I've been acting as her legal guardian since. She's been no trouble at all. My parents are over the moon, too. My disinterest in remarrying made them lose hope that they'd ever have grandchildren. Now, they visit so often, I'm more or less providing for all four of us. I've always believed everything happens for a reason, and Alice's messaging me must have been some kind of miracle. I'm sure my late wife is watching, astounded. And I know she would have loved Alice too. Of course, we're both still getting used to each other. But I think if we just take things step by step, someday we'll truly be family.
Hi, Steve. Sorry for calling during work. Are you free right now?
Yeah, what is it? Strange getting texts from you while at work.
Me and Amanda haven't been feeling well since this morning, remember? We just went to the doctor.
Oh, you did say something like that this morning, didn't you? So, what did the doctor say?
We caught the flu.
What, really?
Apparently Amanda got it from someone in kindergarten. They did say something about the flu going around. I'm sorry. It seems that I wasn't careful enough.
From kindergarten, huh? And you? How are you feeling? You have a fever or something?
Yep, just below 100 degrees. My body aches and my head hurts. But it doesn't really feel like I caught the flu. It's much worse for Amanda, though.
What's her temperature?
A bit over 100. She just keeps sleeping, and whenever she wakes up, her face is red. It looks like the symptoms are much harder for her.
Okay, I got it. That's good and all, but what are you telling me I should do? I can't just take a break, you know? Can't you just do something about it?
I know it caused you trouble. But can't you at least have a bit more sympathy?
Who cares? Decide what to do about this is more important. I've got to take a break for at least 1 week if I get the flu as well. That just can't happen.
I'll wear a mask at home. It seems that it's hard for Amanda to wear one. You'll just have to bear it, I guess. We'll separate the rooms.
You'll take care of Amanda, right? Tell her not to go out of her room too much as well, will you? Then it won't matter whether she's wearing a mask or not.
But I got the flu as well, remember?
But you can still move around, right? That means you should be able to take care of Amanda. Or are you saying that it's alright if I get the flu as well?
Why are you always like this, Steve? All you think about is yourself. Can't you at least cooperate a little?
I would, if you were so sick that you couldn't move around. But that's not the case, isn't it? So just take care of Amanda for me, will you?
That's not what this is about.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that this is what it's about. Also, just because you have the flu doesn't mean you can stop doing housework, alright? You know I can't cook.
That's what I thought you would say. I'll do what I can while I can still move around. Does that please you?
What do you mean, does that please you? It's the obvious thing to do in your position. I mean, it's not that I won't help if things get really bad. Tell me if that happens, will you?
Yes, I get it. I'll tell you if I can't handle it anymore. Hi, Steve. Sorry, but can you finish early and come home quick today?
What? Something happened?
Amanda looks really sick. She's got a fever of 104 degrees. I want to take her to the doctor.
Sorry, but there's work I still need to take care of. I can't just drop it and go home, you know.
What about tomorrow then? You don't have work on Saturdays, right?
Yeah, but the clinic's closed on Saturday, isn't it?
They're open until noon. Can you drive us there tomorrow?
Sorry, but I can't.
Why not?
I'm going fishing with my colleagues tomorrow. It starts early, so I won't have time to drive Amanda to the clinic.
Fishing? Can't you just go fishing another time? Prioritize your daughter, please.
I promised I would go a while back. I can't just cancel abruptly. Wait, why don't you take Amanda? The clinic's not even that far.
I said I'm not feeling well. Why are you not able to think about me as well?
You should be fine as long as you go by car. Or is it that you're too sick to drive?
Won't you be taking the car if you're going fishing? How will I drive?
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
It's not funny. I'm begging you. Just take Amanda to the clinic before going fishing.
I can't. It starts early in the morning. You don't even seem that sick. Why not just walk there?
Will you please cut it out? How can you just say such things? You even make me do all the housework even when I've got the flu. Aren't you at least a little worried about me?
No need to get so mad. You're just over-exaggerating again. You don't have influenza. It's just a cold. Amanda will be fine by tomorrow, too.
You know that there are people who die from influenza, right?
Yeah, but it's basically zero, right? Stop trying to prove your point with such ridiculous example. You know, when I was a kid, we had none of that. You're just being overprotective.
Fine. I'll ask someone else to help.
What? Oh, do that, will you? It'd be a lot easier for me, too.
Yep. Good luck with work, I guess. Have fun with tomorrow's fishing, too.
Well, who knew fishing was so fun? Did you see that picture I sent you at noon? It was huge, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, I saw it. I'm so glad you had fun.
What's your problem? Hey, never mind. I was expecting you wouldn't be able to understand.
Then why did you ask me in the first place? You know I'm not feeling well. It'd be nice if you didn't bother me with all this other stuff as well.
Well, I'm sorry. Wait, you still have the flu? It's already been 1 week, hasn't it?
It's only been 4 days. Amanda and I can barely get out of bed. I told you yesterday that Amanda's condition was getting worse, right?
Oh, I guess you did say something like that. I wonder what I should do.
Do about what?
I finished fishing, but you two still have the flu, right? Looks like Amanda's gotten worse, too. I don't want to catch it, so I'll just stay over at a friend's house. Besides, I don't have work tomorrow anyways.
I see. Then I guess that settles it. I'm not going home either. You know, we should just sell the house.
What? What's this about suddenly?
I mean, the house we have now was meant for the three of us, right? It'll be much too spacious just for you when the two of us are gone. It'd be better if Amanda and I just moved to a smaller house.
Wait, hold on! I have no idea what you're even talking about. Why are you suddenly talking selling the house?
Won't it be lonely for you in our current house once the two of us are gone? You'll see that it's quite spacious once our stuff is gone.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Why are you suddenly talking about leaving?
What do you mean you don't understand? Fishing was more important to you than taking care of the two of us with the flu, right? I don't see a reason to remain being a family.
What? So that's what this is about? You're mad I didn't prioritize you two? Are you trying to get my attention by threatening to leave or something? You're such a child. That's so devious of you.
Sorry, but I don't care whether it's devious. I mean, it is your choice whether you're going to stay in the house or not. Me and Amanda aren't going to be staying, though.
Do you really understand what you're doing? You're saying you want a divorce, right?
Yes, and? I think that getting a divorce is better for Amanda as well. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
You clearly don't understand. You're a housewife, aren't you? How are you gonna make a living without me?
I actually do have some skills, you know. I used to work before I married you as well. I'll manage it.
You'll manage it. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. This isn't enough reason to divorce, you know. I'm not gonna insult you anymore, so just calm down.
What? You don't want to divorce?
Well, yeah. I just went fishing and now this? Stupid, really. No one is just gonna say, yes, let's get divorced in my position.
Well, I have a proposition then. Amanda and I are currently at your parents' house. So if you want to say something, come over now and say it to our faces. Let's talk it over from the beginning face to face, shall we?
What? Why are you at my parents' house? You didn't tell me anything about that.
You wouldn't take us to the doctor, so I asked your mother to come and help us. She's taking care of us now.
You asked my parents for help? I mean, I guess the house is close to ours. Why did you tell me first?
Well, I'm sorry, but we really didn't have the luxury. Amanda keeps getting worse and our husband was of no use, so...
Yeah, I got it. How's Amanda? It was nothing, right?
Luckily, yes. But doesn't excuse what you did to us. Well, that's it, I guess. Come here if there's something you have to say. Let's talk it over so we can come to a conclusion both of us can be happy with. So, you decided not to come, huh? Me and your parents are waiting, you know. Why didn't you come?
What? Why would I want to catch the flu? What's the point in talking things through anyways? There's no point in me having to go over there either.
So you're still saying it.
Saying what?
That you don't want to catch the flu. That's your excuse, even in a situation like this? You really never change, do you, Steve?
But I won't be able to go to work if I catch the flu, right?
We're on the brink of divorcing, you get it? I'm not saying you shouldn't prioritize work, but the way you treat us is just too much.
Wow. You really are a hassle, huh? No one likes people like you know that?
Really? I'll take care. So, what did you mean when you said there's no point in talking things out? You didn't agree on me and Amanda leaving, so I decided we needed to have a conversation.
That's just what you're saying now, though. This is such a hassle. Just cut it out already, will you? To be honest, I'm tired of putting up with your nonsense.
Nonsense? Do you think I'm joking or something?
Well, yeah. The flu is just a slightly more severe version of a cold, right? You're saying that's why you want to get divorced? If you are actually being serious, I'm kind of worried about your mental health.
I guess you're right. You don't even come to talk with me. I expected you would react this way, honestly.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about the flu, you see. You place your own hobbies above your daughter suffering from a fever, right? You make me do housework even when I feel ill, right? That's the problem. It's not about the flu. How do you expect not to get divorced when you can't even understand that?
I'm saying that you're being overdramatic. It's not like I left Amanda on her own. You were there with her, right? It's not such a big deal.
Normally, yes, but I got the flu too, you know. And still, you asked me to take care of Amanda and do all the housework? You thought that was all right?
Yeah, but I only did that because it'd be a problem if I caught the flu as well.
Yeah, I get it. But is that really the only reason?
What are you talking about?
I knew this from a while back. But you only care about yourself, don't you? You left the two of us alone just because you couldn't be bothered, right?
What? What's with the sudden accusation? What made you come to this conclusion? Where's your proof?
You really still don't get it? Everything you've done until now is my proof. The fact that you tried getting me to do everything, even though you knew I had the flu, and the fact that you prioritize fishing over your own daughter. I'm saying that it's because the only person you care about is yourself.
I get that you're mad, and I understand how you feel. So can't we just forget about all this? From now on, I'll help as well. Happy? Well, I guess that settles it.
Can you not just end the conversation? That's what you always do when the conversation doesn't benefit you. The only reason you didn't come is because you just didn't want to deal with it, didn't you? You're afraid of being called out by me and your parents.
Huh? Can you not speak about what you know nothing about? I'm not afraid.
If that's what you want to think, then go ahead. Just know that from the outside, it looks like you're just running away from the problem.
You're the one that's being overdramatic. Divorce? Over this? You're the one who's running away from their problems.
Maybe that's how you see things. But even if I'm running away, it's towards a better future. A better future for me and Amanda, you see. I doubt someone like you who only acts for their own sakes will understand. Don't think that we're just going to keep living with someone who doesn't even care about their own family. Steve never came to his parents' house to talk to me after that, so I decided to just forget about him and move on. His parents are also furious at Steve's actions and are fully supportive of our divorce. They even took care of me and Amanda until we were able to fully recover. When it was time to file the divorce, Steve fought against it. But I was able to make it official with the help of his parents. I was able to find a job with the skills I already had, and am now living with my daughter Amanda. As with Steve, he pays child support to Amanda, but other than that, appears to be the same. His family left him after what he did to me and Amanda, though. Serves him right after what he did to us.